Hi, I'm Matt Kemp from the Underground Cookery School. I'm going to show you how to make a series of sauces. Hope you enjoy. Hi cookery lovers! I'm going to show you how to make the perfect chicken curry. We're going to start off with a little bit of olive oil in a pan, and I've got some chicken thighs here, and what I'm going to do is just fry these off just to put a bit of colour on them. So in the pan they go, like that. And these need to be cooked, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just until you've gotten rid of anything that's raw. Right, those have been cooking off now for a couple of minutes. And do you remember what I said was you wanted to make sure that everything appeared to be cooked and that there was no rawness showing, which we've managed to achieve. So that's phase 1 complete. Over here I've got a number of raw ingredients. So we've got some cumin, some fenugreek, some cardamom pods and some mustard seeds. I'm doing a combination. Here I've got some coriander powder, which looks very similar to cumin. I've also got some turmeric, and I've got some chili powder. What we need to do is we need to dry fry all the herbs, spices rather. So in they go. Now the reality is that with the ones that have already been pounded up, the same process would have been applied to these. It's just I wanted to show you a mixture of the two. Now you'll know when the ingredients are ready, because an aroma will start to come up from the pan, and they'll be lightly toasted, and at that point we're going to get them out. Those have been on for about a minute. The minute they start popping, get them out, and I'm going to put them straight into this pestle. And I'm not sure which is the pestle and which is the mortar. Just give them a good old pounding. Now what you will find is with the cardamom pods, once you've given them a good old pounding, you will find the big shells of the cardamoms will come away, so we can get those out because we just want the powder. And then just to finish off the perfect curry sauce, what I'm going to do is add a pinch of chili, but not much. You can add as much coriander as you like actually, because it isn't that strong. I mean, obviously don't go crazy. And I'm going to put quite a lot of turmeric in, because I like the crimson colour that it turns the curry sauce. So we're going to give that a really good old mix, like that. Get rid of that. Now that's all our spice, and we need to get that into the dish. And the best way of doing that is by using the onion as our vehicle, because this is what I would refer to as a wet dish. So what's going to happen is we're going to fry the onions off, a little bit of garlic. We're then going to add the curry powder to the onions. The onions are going to absorb all of that. What I'll then do is put this tomato sauce on top. You can also use curry powder depending on what sort of curry that you're doing. I kept talking for a little bit because I want the pan to be nice and hot, so that the onions will fry off nicely. But give those a really good old mix. Now if you want to do this the slow way, you can turn the gas right down, put the lid on, and just lightly stew the onions for about 15 minutes. But I'm doing it really quickly, and always add the garlic in after the onion, because the garlic is much smaller and will obviously burn if you add the two together. Right, I'm going to give those a really good old mix, like that. And now I'm going to add a large, well that was a small tablespoon, so I'm going to add a bit more of our curry powder. Give that a really good old mix in, like that. Now I'm going to add the wet part of the dish, which in this case, the pan was quite hot there, as if you didn't notice. Just going to give that a little bit of a turn. And what will now happen is we will cook that curry sauce down in the next 7 or 8 minutes, but timing doesn't matter because it's all in proportion to the volume of the liquid. Now I would obviously cook that down if I was doing just a curry sauce, but of course we're doing a chicken curry, so I'm going to add the bits of chicken to that, like so, and just make sure all of the sauce is covering the chicken. And I'm just going to turn that. Now I've used chicken thighs here, but the traditional way of doing a chicken curry is to use the breast and to dice it up, but it doesn't really matter. So for a chicken curry, the best thing to do now is just to stick that in the oven. I mean, you can leave it on the hob, to be honest, because I don't have a lid. What I'm going to do is just take a bit of tin foil and create a lid like that. There are two ways of cooking this. You can either cook it over the hob, or you can do what I'm about to do now and just finish it off as a slow cooked dish in the oven, and that's going to go in there for about 20 minutes. Well, the curry's been in the oven now for about half an hour, but don't worry about times. You just want to make sure that the chicken is cooked and the sauce is at the right consistency. That comes out. Just take that lid off. So that chicken is now cooked beautifully. As I said, I've used chicken thighs here, but you can dice up bits of or cuts, I should say, of breast, which is the traditional method, or you could use a combination of legs and thighs. So I'm just going to plate a couple of these up on here, like that, and then spoon over a little bit of the curry sauce. And there you have the perfect chicken curry.